grand palace shimmering in the sunlight. Its magnificence is almost blinding, a testament to the wealth and power contained within its walls. Towers reaching for the clouds, walls made of the finest stone, each brick laid with precision and care. Inside lived a king. Oh, he had it all. Riches, power, and a throne that commanded respect from all who saw it. But just outside those walls, tending the royal gardens, was a humble gardener. His world was simpler, yet filled with its own kind of richness. He didn't have much, just a kind heart and rough hands made strong by work. His smile, though, was as warm as the sun. Every day the gardener would sing to his plants, coaxing them to grow. His voice was a melody that danced with the wind. He shared his meager lunch with the birds, humming along with the wind. The birds, in turn, sang back to him, creating a symphony of nature. He found joy in the simple things, you see? The warmth of the sun, the coolness of the earth beneath his feet, and the life that thrived around him. He didn't envy the king's riches, not one bit. His heart was content with the beauty of the garden and the peace it brought him. One day, while tending to a patch of lilies, he heard a soft whimper. It was a sound that tugged at his heartstrings. It was a sound of pain, out of place amongst the cheerful chirping of the sparrows. The contrast was stark and unsettling. He followed the sound, his heart heavy with worry. Each step he took was filled with a sense of urgency. What creature was hurting so? His mind raced with possibilities, each more troubling than the last. He pushed aside some leaves, and there it was, a discovery that would change his day, perhaps even his life. A sight that made his breath catch in his throat. It was unexpected yet profoundly moving. A bird, but no ordinary bird. No, sir. This one shimmered gold, its feathers catching the light in a way that seemed almost magical. This one shimmered gold, its feathers catching the light. It was as if the bird was a living treasure, a gem of the natural world. But its wing? Oh, it was bent at a painful angle, and the bird trembled with fear. The sight filled the gardener with a deep sense of compassion and determination to help. The gardener, he forgot all about the lilies. His mind was preoccupied with something far more delicate and urgent. He gently scooped the bird into his hands, his touch as light as a feather. The bird's tiny heart beat rapidly against his palm, a rhythm of life and fragility. The bird, it looked at him with eyes like polished amber, and for a moment, it was like they understood each other. Those eyes held stories untold, mysteries waiting to be unraveled. He took the bird back to his humble cottage, his heart aching for its pain. Each step he took was filled with a silent promise to help this fragile creature. He cleaned the wound on its wing with water from his well, the same water he used for his precious plants. The water sparkled in the sunlight, a symbol of hope and healing. He tore a strip from his own shirt to make a bandage, humming a gentle tune all the while. His song was a lullaby of comfort, a melody of care. As days turned into nights, the gardener cared for the golden bird. He watched over it with unwavering dedication, his heart growing fonder with each passing moment. He shared his food, told him stories of the garden, and sang him songs of the wind and the trees. The bird listened intently, as if absorbing every word, every note. Slowly, the bird grew stronger, its wing healing under the gardener's care. Each day brought new signs of recovery, a testament to their bond. But there was something about the bird, something special. It had a unique glow, a presence that was almost magical. Its chirps sounded like words. Its eyes held a deep sadness. The bird's song was a melody of sorrow and hope intertwined. The gardener felt it in his heart. This was no ordinary creature. He sensed a connection, a bond that transcended the ordinary, hinting at a secret yet to be discovered. One moonlit night, as the gardener was about to blow out his candle, the golden bird spoke. Its voice, clear as a silver bell, filled the small cottage. "Kind soul," it said, "you have saved my life. I am no ordinary bird. I am a prince, trapped in this form by a wicked spell." The gardener, he was shocked. A prince, here in his humble cottage? But he didn't doubt the bird's words, not for a second. He had felt the truth in his heart. To break the spell, the bird continued, "I need to reach the highest tower of the palace during the full moon. If you help me, I can reward you with riches beyond your wildest dreams." The gardener listened, his mind racing. Riches? He had never dreamt of such things. He could have a new hoe, a bigger garden, maybe even a cow. But as he looked at the golden bird, its eyes filled with hope, he knew he couldn't keep it captive, not even for riches. The bird's delicate feathers shimmered in the sunlight, a symbol of freedom and beauty that no amount of gold could replace. He had seen the bird yearn for the sky, its wings fluttering in his sleep. The cage, though ornate, was a prison that stifled the bird's spirit. Each flutter was a silent plea for liberation. "My friend," the gardener said, his voice soft, "you are meant to fly, not be caged by gold or spells." The bond between them was undeniable, a connection that transcended words. "I will help you break free." The gardener's resolve was unwavering, his heart set on giving the bird the freedom it deserved. And so, on the night of the full moon, the gardener carried the golden bird to the highest tower of the palace. The moonlight bathed the scene in a silvery glow, casting long shadows that danced with the wind. He held the bird close to his heart, feeling its rapid heartbeat against his chest. The moment was bittersweet, filled with both sorrow and hope. With a gentle toss, he released the bird into the night sky. The bird hesitated for a moment, then spread its wings wide, embracing the freedom it had longed for. The bird soared, its golden wings catching the moonlight, a beacon of freedom against the dark. It flew higher and higher, a symbol of hope and liberation. The gardener watched, a single tear rolling down his cheek, his heart full of joy. He knew he had made the right choice, for true wealth lies in the freedom to soar. The next morning, the gardener woke up to a sound he had never heard before, the soft murmur of voices, the rustle of fine clothes. He opened his eyes and gasped. Gone was his humble cottage. He was in a room fit for a king. Sunlight streamed through stained glass windows and plush carpets covered the floor. Confused, he stumbled outside. A crowd of people, dressed in their finest attire, bowed low. "Your Majesty," they said in unison, "the kingdom welcomes you." The gardener was stunned. He, the humble gardener, was now the king? It was like a dream, but it was real. The golden bird, the prince, had kept his promise, but not in the way the gardener had expected. You see, my friends, the gardener's act of kindness, his decision to choose freedom over fortune, had brought him the greatest reward of all. He learned that true goodness doesn't seek reward. It comes from the heart, from a place of empathy and love. So, the next time you have a chance to be kind, remember the gardener and the golden bird. You never know how your actions, big or small, might blossom into something truly extraordinary. For within every act of genuine goodness lies the seed of unexpected rewards.